I'll be giving you a brief intro of a complete full stack development, what it is, why you have to take full stack development as your primary goal for getting a job after completing degree in Satyabama, and why is it is the only right option for you, and what you need to do to become a full stack developer, and it goes on. And also I will give you some kind of career guidance on what are the things that you have to do when you're present in second year. You all are second year, right? I think so, you all are second year. So what are the things you have to do in your second year? I'll be giving you some of the tips to enhance your resume, your portfolio in the coming final year. So this seminar would be a complete breakdown of full stack development. Sorry for my creepy handwriting. And also some kind of career guidance. I'll be sharing you some of the resources with you where you can find full stack development and all. First of all, you may heard this term full stack, but what is full stack? To be honest, full stack is nothing but front end plus back end. Front end is the part that you see in a website or in an application or anywhere. Full stack, something that full stack is only like for websites. No, that is completely wrong. Full stack means an application. An application can be your Android application, iOS application, web application, or an app inside your Android TV, in your smartwatch, anywhere. It can also be a game also. Even a game can be called as an application, and every application can be called as a full stack. So full stack means any application that a person develops from scratch to the end. Front end is nothing but the part you see, the part you can look at in an application. For example, WhatsApp. When you open a WhatsApp, you can see the context, you can see the UI, you can see the settings option, everything. That is called the front end. Front end part. Front end part usually deals with, if we are talking about websites, front end part usually deals with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These three are enough. If you know HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, it is enough. You will be called as a front-end engineer. You will be called as front-end engineer. But if you want to be called also a back-end engineer, you have to become proficient in any one of the programming language like C, C++, Java, anything of your choice. You can even use Python. If you know Linux, you can also use Linux as a backend programming language. You can simply use Linux commands, and you can alter the server backend, whatever the application they use. So if you know HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, you will be called as a front-end engineer. If you know C, C++, Java, Python, any one of the programming language, if you are good at any one of the programming language, then you will be called as a backend engineer. For suppose, if you know both of this, if you know HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and if you also know C, C++, Java, and Python, then only you will be called as full stack developer. A full stack developer is a person who can do front end, who can do back end, and who can also play with the database, who can also know all the database commands, who can also store the complete data. Then he will be called as a full stack developer. Now you can ask me why you have to choose to become a full stack developer. For that, I have a good text here. Let me show you. I always keep this with me. See, the advantages of becoming a full stack developer is the things which you have to know are less. You may think that, oh my God, he's saying that I have to learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and he's saying that I have to be good at any programming language and database, MySQL, all this. But to here, you may think like there are a lot of technologies to cover. But in practice, in reality, if you know HTML a little bit and CSS a little bit and a JavaScript little bit, that is enough. If you know what the technology does and some of the basics of the technology, that is enough. If you know some basics of Python, like how to use list, how to use set, how to use map inside a set, these are the things if you know well, then it is enough for a full stack developer. You need to go deeper into anything. So the things you have to learn is vast and also at the time less deep. It's not an ocean, but more of a kind of pond lake. So the knowledge can be resident within you. You can easily learn this all. These are the technologies you have to learn. I will share it with you in chat after this session. And also the another best thing of learning full stack is you can develop your own application, your own structure. You will know everything about it. See, now I am working in a company. After your graduation and after you reach to a company like HCL, Mindtree, Cognizant, Google, Amazon, anything, most of the things you will be doing are like you will be doing only some small part of the section. You will not completely do an entire application on your own. So you will not know what the end product is. For example, if the company is developing WhatsApp, they will only give me a small particular kind of UI. They will come to me and they will assign me a work called Monish. Whenever I click on WhatsApp application, WhatsApp splash screen should come. Like that, they will give me some kind of small work in that entire application. I will not know what is that application itself. They will not reveal any secrets to me. They'll not reveal complete information with the developer ever. Because if you know the complete development, if you know complete structure, everything, you will keep your own company, but you will work for someone. So they will not share everything with you. They'll keep some secrets of that application. They will not reveal to you. Only the technical aspects they will reveal to you. So you can learn about your own application here. That is the first point. The entire application you will only develop, so you can play with that application. You will know entire application, and even if you change the company, even if you want to create a startup, you can again just reuse that entire application and you can create your own application. That is the first best thing of being a full stack developer. And next is cost reduction. You know how companies think, instead of hiring and front-end developer and again another hiring another person as back-end developer, again hiring another person as a remote control developer, and again hiring another person as a database manager. Instead of company hiring 4 to 5 people for a single application, the company can always hire a single person who is called as a full stack developer, because full stack developer does a work who is capable of doing 5 people. 5 people does a work and full stack developer can do the same work. So companies tend to take full stack developers so easily. Sometimes by using only, they will ask only less interview questions also, it is possible. And sometimes there may not be an interview at all for full stack developers. Because full stack developers, if the company is hiring you, they'll mostly check your projects. They'll mostly check your projects rather than your technical knowledge, because a full stack developer should have a complete grip on how to start a project and how to end a project, then rather than having an entire technical things on a particular thing like HTML, JavaScript, like that. So they will see for that. And next is easy shift. The easy shift means you can decide when you want to work, where you want to work, and also how you want to work, because the company will never tell you, Monish, you have to complete this application in only Visual Studio Code, in only Eclipse. They will not tell you that. They'll just assign you the work, and you have to decide where you want to work and on what ID you want to work, which technologies to use. For example, I have joined HCL last year as a full stack developer. Till now, they haven't even called me to the company. I was doing a remote work itself, because they will send the work through email or a Teams meeting. I will take the work, I will analyze it, I will create a report, I will start coding, do the application necessary things, I will push it into GitHub, and I will tell them it is completed. That is enough for them. They no need to see my face, I no need to see them. This interaction is enough. So even if I go somewhere, for example, Right now, if I want to go for a vacation to somewhere, if I want to go for a vacation Goa or Mumbai, anywhere, then I can just simply take my laptop and move away from my home, and I can still work on that application. That is the powerful thing about being a full stack developer. Even if you go anywhere in the world with your laptop, you can still work on that application. But for other, for example, if you're taking a machine learning as a job, it is not possible, because as a machine learning, you have to learn about what are the predictions you have to take, what are the algorithms you have to use. You have to be in constant touch with the client. But in full stack development, that is not needed. Anywhere in the world, you can work happily. That is the third point. And the next is best talent. That is the thing here is, once if you acquired this knowledge, it is enough. You no need to, again read more things, those and all. If you are good at something, if you change the company, you will just repeat what you have already learned. For example, in a particular company, you learned about HTML, JS, Spring Boot, which is quite famous now, and Angular JS, React JS. And if you learn all this, and if you just change it the company, you don't need to learn more things. That is enough. Whatever you learned in the previous company, what is the experience you have in previous company, that is enough. And the next is comprehensive solution. Comprehensive solution is nothing but whenever your app gets any trouble, you can debug it on your own. You can clear it on your own. Means you will have a greater aspect. For example, you love your bike. Okay, you love your bike. You know the complete components of your bike. So you're going on a road. Suddenly your bike gets troubled. You can, sometimes you can repair it yourself. The same thing goes for car also. If you're going on a car and you know some of the components of a car, you can repair it by yourself. You no need to push the car and take it to mechanic. The same thing goes for full stack development. If you know the components, if you know what you are doing, if you know for what is the endpoint of that application, you can repair the application whenever there is some need to repair the application. So that is a comprehensive solution. And the next is intelligent option for medium and small enterprises. The thing here is this is only advantages for startup people who are trying to keep a startup. If you are a full stack developer by yourself, it will save you a huge amount of money. Even I thought of keeping a startup in some particular time of my life, but there are many hurdles that will come to you. For example, first of all, for any startup, you need an application, because to reach the audience, you need an application. It may be an Android application, a website, or any kind of thing, but still you need an application. To create that application, if you ask any developer to create the application, he will nearly take 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. Sometimes it may go to lakhs, 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs also. This is a huge problem for investors and also for startup people. If you're a developer by yourself, you can simply code your application by yourself. So any doubts so far? Anyone? I was just going up like a train without stopping. I'm so sorry for that. I really like this topic. So once I start talking, I just go on like that. So this is the thing. I hope you understood what is full stack development and what are the advantages of being a full stack developer. Now I will tell you. I have some messages here. Yeah, AR VR technologies. I will even tell you that also, because I have something to talk about other technologies. This point will come up in the session right now. Yeah, UI React. Yes, that is front end completely. CSS means cascading style sheets. For example, if you take any website, HTML is like a skeleton. CSS adds beauty to that website. If you take any website, for example, if you take LinkedIn, the style here, the color, this color, the spacing between them, the padding, whatever you see here, the style, the color, those are all called CSS. We only by using CSS we develop this all. My package is actually I've been selected for human resource. Yeah, and the package is 18 lakhs. I actually this year I and my friends have to go to Japan to join that company, but because of COVID, it was delayed. Maybe by next year I may reach to Japan for joining human resource here, and the package is 18 lakhs. But for now, instead of being without a job in my home, I applied for other companies and I joined HCL. Right now, my package is 6 lakhs. Bro, what is Django in Python? When you're talking about web development for Python, Django is like a backend, add-on. Using Django, you can develop websites only by using Python. So I told you, right? When you're using full stack development for backend, you need to have any one programming language. If you use Python as your programming language, then you need to use Django. Or you can also use Flask. I have already mentioned this one. Now at present it is 5 to 6. Based on my compensation and the project I work on, it varies. But if you are a full stack developer, I've been selected as a full stack developer for the Japan company for 18 lakhs only. Because of this COVID, it is struck now. But if you apply for companies outside, you may get 18 lakhs or 20 lakhs packages for full stack development. You have to be really good at it. Do projects and you can get that point of package you deserve. What's the average salary? The average salary in India for full stack developer as a fresher is 5 to 6 only. Any company you go, if it is service-based company, you will get 5 to 6. If it is a product-based company, maximum you will get up to 8. And if it is some top-based companies like FAANG companies, Amazon or Google, you may reach up to 20 in India. But if you consider outside India, then you may reach up to 50 lakhs or 80 lakhs also. So if you're really into package and salary, if you are really into money, then I would suggest you to do MS in full stack development and search job there. That will be much more useful for you. And tell us about Firebase. Firebase, just like a backend, a database we use that was created by Google. So if you don't want to use MySQL or any traditional databases, traditional backend approach, you can use Firebase. But it depends on the project you use and depends on the company you are in which. Because some clients may think Firebase is needed to an application. Some companies think it's not needed. And my company particularly, they don't encourage this kind of third-party services. So we don't use much of Firebase there. But instead of, I would suggest if you're trying to learn Firebase, I would stop you right in there because not every company uses Firebase. So if you really want to learn Firebase to get a job, just rethink that instead of Firebase, there are many alternatives. You can use AWS or Amazon Web Services, or you can also use traditional approach. Traditional approach would be much better. Traditional approach in the sense using a right programming language and right database, because in that way you will have more command on your application rather than using third-party applications. Who is Dave? Dave is nothing but developer, but we call him Dave instead of calling working and in companies, instead of using long words we use, instead of using developer we use dev. That's all. That is the thing. Nothing is there for dev. Don't see it as a big thing. Dev means developer. Give an overview of the tools used in software development like Firebase, GitHub, and all other things. Yeah, definitely I will talk about this in this session. GitHub is much needed because without GitHub, you will not survive anywhere. The people who are listening this session, please create an account in GitHub and learn GitHub. Because if any company you go, the project which you take, you will be taking from GitHub, we will be working in a local machine. Again, you will be pushing it into GitHub. I will talk about this. And also, which college you studied? I am your alumni. I studied in Satyabama University itself. Have you come to know about different companies offering jobs around the world? This is an interesting question. I will answer you this. Here, some of the website I kept here, right? Even I have my own channels, Telegram channels, Quora and all. I have started this to teach students and give a lot of information to them. I will talk about this. I will give you some links. If you join the Telegram groups, WhatsApp groups, and Quora, these all groups, you will get a daily updates on the jobs, in the internships, and also some cheat sheets, tricks and tips on how to learn a particular programming language. We are very active. Every day I'm uploading very interesting topics in that. I'll share you the links. Actually, for the jobs related, right? Jobs and internship, daily I will search internet for new jobs and internships, and I'll just copy that links to that channels. So you can join there and you can learn from there. What type of project help us to get job? If you are in second year now, my advice is to do whatever you like. If you like to do augmented reality, do augmented reality. If you want to do virtual reality, do virtual reality. If you want to do full stack development, do full stack development. Explore everything in your fingertips. Explore everything. I'm telling you that. The basic engineering, if you're all are engineers, right? Let me tell you one small thing. I will come to you back, chat. I'll come back to you. Just I will explain a small topic. See, if you are present in first year, your focus should be on exploration. Explore technologies as much as you can. As much as you can. Whenever you take time, explore a technology. If you heard about full stack, see what is full stack. If you heard about augmented reality, see what is augmented reality. Completely explore, because in first year, second year, third year, you have a lot of time to waste. You don't know what to do with that time also. Now you're staying in home, I think. So you'll have a lot of time. Just explore things if you are in first year. Only this applicables if you are in first year. If you are second year, what are the things you explored? Means in first year, you will know what is full stack development. You will get some idea of it. You will know augmented reality, you will get some idea of it, but you will not use that. You will not create projects on that. You will not do coding on that. In second year, do coding, use that. Use that exploration. For example, in my case, in first year, I explored technologies like augmented reality, full stack development, machine learning. I have explored all these technologies. And in the second year, I have used those technologies to create projects, to create mini projects, to create YouTube videos. I have shared my knowledge even in my channel, YouTube channel. If you go and see now, there will be projects on augmented reality. Even I will teach you how to do that also. In second year, you have to do that. Using that exploration, you have to create projects, and you have to start coding, start typing. Use that laptop. Use laptop for doing something with the technology you have explored. It can be of anything. So if you are into hacking, create a Metasploit, deploy some Venom inside that application, and send it to your friend for fun. There's nothing wrong in that. Do explore and use that. In third year, take only one thing of that exploration. Here in second year, you may be exploring 100 technologies, but when you're coming to third year, in that 100, pick only one. Only one. If you're into full stack development, take full stack development. If you're into machine learning, take full machine learning. Even I went into game development also. If you are really into game development, take game development as your primary skill. Take only one skill. Don't run behind all skills, and you will not get into any skill. Just run behind one skill. And in fourth year, where you will have very less time, master that skill. This is a correct approach, I think, for any engineering student. Taking one skill and mastering that in fourth year. If you are into machine learning, become a master in the fourth year. If you're a full stack developer, become a master. You have to feel that you are a master for that particular technology. You may not be a master. There may be a completely new trends coming on, but you have to feel. You yourself have to feel that you are a master in machine learning. You are a master in full stack developer. If anyone asks you what you are, you have to say that your name, and you have to say that I'm a full stack developer. I'm a machine learning enthusiast. Like that, you have to answer them because it psychologically tells your brain that you're very good at that skill. If your brain also believes that you are good at that skill, nothing can stop you from becoming going a top level in that particular skill. That is how most of the CEOs work. Also, if you read any books regarding to CEOs, you will come to know about this. Psychologically, mastering our brain is the important thing than any of things in the world. Let me come back to chat. I stopped somewhere. I think I answered all these, right? No, 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 no. If I miss to, I know, answer any of your questions, don't feel bad. Let me share you the links, right, and then in this way we will be all be in the same pace. I'll first share my email ID. This is my email ID, and if you want to really connect with me and join with me as a community, I'll share you some links. If you use Telegram, you can use this. If you use Discord, use this. If you use Instagram, you can connect me here. These are the communities which we are in. I and my friends, we keep on posting new job links and internship links. You can see that. And now I'll go to the top where I stopped. I'm so sorry for that. Okay. We are here in the right place. What type of projects help us to get job? I think I've answered this, right? Hi, bro. Actually, I started learning ST 2 months, and within 2 months, I'll complete. Then after, should I learn frameworks? Yes, if you completed HTML and CSS, then go back to JavaScript. Because if you want to learn any framework, JavaScript is particularly needed. I've come across many students without learning. Without learning actual JavaScript, they go deep into Angular and React because they seem fancy. But without JavaScript, you cannot learn any framework. Mark my word. And if you're talking about backend frameworks, Java, I prefer Java because some of the companies, even my company uses Java. Most of the companies, they don't use Python because Python is relatively slow when compared to Java and C. So most of the companies use Java. And remember this technology, Spring Boot. If you have time, explore this technology, Spring Boot, and learn Spring Boot because all the companies, they love Spring Boot. If you are a Spring Boot developer, they right away take you into job. They don't even see whether you got the degree also. They'll right away take your job. Learn Spring Boot if you have time. Which BTech college you studied, bro? I think I answered this. I'm your alumni. I studied Satyabama itself. What type of project helps to I have answered this? How are opportunities in cybersecurity? And to answer this question, let me open another notepad here I have with me. You no need to, you may think that this brother is saying me only about full stack development. I have to take only full stack developer. There is no need at all. It is up to you. See, these are the technologies which companies are after right now. I do keep all these technologies, I keep track of trends and technologies all the time. So at right now in 2021 to this month, to August, these are the top skills all companies are searching for. If you want to know about artificial intelligence, you can go to artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science. You can do any of this thing. But I'm telling you again, whichever skill you take, someone asked me about cybersecurity. Like if you take cybersecurity, there's nothing wrong in it, but try to become a master in cybersecurity. That is what I want to convey at the end of this session. It is not about full stack development. It is not about cybersecurity. It is not about data visualization, and nothing matters because at the end of the day, you will need all these technologies for a company to sustain. So even if you learn blockchain, even if you learn cybersecurity, even if you learn AWS, try to be a master in it. Because if you try to at least be a master in it, many companies take all these people. So you will be getting interviewed and you will also be getting into a company if you learn any one of this. There's no wrong in it. But as a small note, I want to tell you is if you want to go to any company at ease, means easily, if you want to go to join any company, then full stack development is preferable, because many companies do not take as a freshers for AWS, freshers for machine learning, freshers for artificial intelligence, because they think that freshers are not capable of learning these technologies. But things have changed. Students have become more knowledgeable. Students have more skilled than actual people who are working in right now. Even you may be more skilled than me, because I have learned concepts which are 4 to 5 years before you. Now things have changed, things have updated, and you are learning it new. So you may be more skilled than me. We don't know. You may be more capable than me. So at the same way, companies they think old-minded. There's some kind of old things that are going on in every company. So they think that freshers can't do these things. So they right away may not give you a job until you prove that you are a master in it. But for full stack development, it is somewhat easy. That's all. Oh my God, this chat. Again, it is going down. There I stopped. How are your opportunities in cybersecurity? I think I answered your question. Opportunities are present, but you have to be good at it. What type of project? I have answered this question. What type of projects help us to get job? Full stack development. You can do projects on, to be more precise, you can do projects on React.js, AngularJS. You can create content-based applications like social app, like WhatsApp clone, Instagram clone. You can do any kind of application, and you can, if you're only one person that creating an application from front end, back end, and database, you can call it as a full stack development, and you can show that to your interviewers. If you want any more ideas on projects, you can join any of my groups, and you can see my YouTube videos. And also in Udemy, I teach some courses. You can see that you will get some ideas. Help us to. And also, other thing I want to mention is in YouTube, I am taking full stack development classes in Telugu. If any of you are Telugu talking people, then you can see those videos. I'm collecting from 10 different courses. I am doing it on my own, and I'm compressing it. And with less time, with more content, I'm doing those videos. You can see that. I think I've answered this, and job as with how we will get paid internships. The time is now 11:50, right? And then I'll try to cover it. Okay, I'll talk it right now because I think it is useful for everyone. Let's dive into that. Have you ever heard about LinkedIn? If you haven't heard about it, please do right now. After this session, without even eating or drinking water, go to LinkedIn, create an account. Create an account, manage your account, create a portfolio like this one, create a title, student in Satyabama, like that. Create one, because Facebook, right? Facebook is for people who wants to chill, but LinkedIn is for people who are serious in their daily to daily jobs. They are professionals. LinkedIn is only for professionals. Anything you get, any post you see, they are all about professionalism. They'll ask about words advised by Indian parents. They'll talk about technologies. They'll talk about companies. They'll talk about programming languages. They talk about, say, Google Cloud. I can also get more knowledge in LinkedIn. See, here this guy, he tried to link that DSA with Spider-Man trailer. So you can see some pretty cool stuff in LinkedIn. Try to create a LinkedIn. Why I'm telling you this is because in LinkedIn there is an option called jobs. When you click on jobs, you click on see more jobs here. And here you will get experience level and job type. Job type, click as internship and click on show. After that, you will get a long list of internships available right now, which companies want to give you. You just have to click on show. Right now, these many internships which are vacant. They want students to join, but students doesn't know about this. So I'm telling you now, open LinkedIn, go to jobs, Go check in the check here, click on easy apply. They'll ask you one or two normal things to type. If you type give your data, over. They'll contact you, you'll join an internship. And if it is a paid internship or not, you have to talk to them before. But in your, if you're in second year, don't think about money. Okay, you can earn money later in your life. If you have knowledge, if you have skill, money is a secondary thing. If you run behind money, it may be a problem later. Run behind skills and technology, money will come to you. So even if they don't give any money, also try to join, because experience matters. If you work in this, you can add that in your resume and you can easily get a job later. So experience matters, even if they are paying or not, get into it. But I can understand, even I came from a lower background, money is needed. If you are like me, then you can just talk to them whether it is a paid internship or not, and you can join based on that money. We don't know any language. Try to learn something now. Not learn JavaScript or Spring Boot or Python now, because you're second year, right? You have a lot of time. You can just start learning from now. And there is another thing: if you don't know any language, you can create applications by using WordPress or Wix also. Just keep that in mind. If you are not good at technical and if you still want to create an application, you can use WordPress and Wix. Next thing, what type of project help us? I think I have answered it. Many people haven't saved data. I don't know. I think I have seen this comment many times here. Okay. Can you share links? I have shared it down. What type of project? Again, the same question. You're clear, right? Many people are asking this. You can create any application, any Android application, any web application, which of your choice. If you want any ideas, join my community, or you can mail me, and I'm free to guide you and give you some ideas on projects. Share links I have shared, brother, and I don't know if it is a girl, sister. What type of project help us to get full stack? Again, I answered it. We don't know any programming. I answered it. Second year, okay. I have asked question that I understand that. Okay. Did you complete any specialization? Yes, I completed some of the specializations. Talking about specializations, when I am in Satyabama, they didn't offer me any specialization, but I took full stack as my own specialization, and I read it from internet. I took my skills from internet, because at that time when I'm studying, Satyabama didn't provide me full stack development, but now it is the curriculum is completely updated. I have seen the curriculum just 5 days back, because my brother, I'm joining my brother in Satyabama itself. The curriculum is awesome. You can do any specialization. You can do that. And talking about specialization and skill sets, there is something called HackerRank. I think most of you have heard it. If you go to HackerRank, I think I cleared my cache. I have to log in again. 1 second. This is one of the useful website for developers. If you go to HackerRank, you can practice 30 days of code, 10 days of statistics, 10 days of statistics, Ruby. These are all things you can practice. And here there's something interesting called certification. These certifications are free, and you just need to click on get certified, and they'll be asking you some questions, just MCQs. If you click that, if you click that MCQs correct, then you'll get these certifications. These are the certifications that I have earned from HackerRank. That is not so easy. It took me some days and nights to get here. If you start now, you can get this certification, and you can showcase the certifications in your LinkedIn, and you can keep that in your resume also. These are completely free. Boy, this comment, these chats are going down again. I have to come up. Where I stopped. Maybe if the time goes off, if I couldn't answer all your chats, I'm really sorry. You can just mail me if you have any doubts. I'll try to answer everything here, but in case if I couldn't, because the time runs out, then it may be a problem. For some people may feel. Because when I'm in second year, I used to ask doubts, but some people didn't used to answer me. How will get paid into? I answered it right. I answered this. I gave the links. What type of project help us to get job? I answered this. Share links. I answered this. I answered this. We don't. I answered this. Uh, from here, right? Shared the links. What about UI UX designer? This is also best thing. Okay. Even if you know UI UX designer, also you can move to full stack developer. But UI UX designer will also have a lot of opportunities. You can also do UI UX designer also. You will get a lot of internships also being a UI UX designer. But some companies, UI and UX will be handled by full stack developer itself. But in some companies, they keep it as a separate job. So UI UX designer, if you are really interested, you can do that. How to get projects on full stack development? I think I answered it before. You can contact me if you have any more doubts. I will be rushing now because time is less. What about you? I have answered this, brother Harshit, right? I have answered this on the top. You can do UI UX if you're really interested. This is my mail ID, my YouTube channel, my Quora space link, my Facebook profile, my LinkedIn profile, and this is my Instagram profile, my Discord channel, and this is the Telegram channel. Mostly try to join with this Telegram and subscribe to the YouTube channel, because these two will be focusing more, because it is easy for you to share content rather than sharing it on Instagram, keeping the link in bio. I feel Telegram, Discord, and YouTube are the best mediums. Here's someone called bro. Okay, bro, what is the parentage you had maintained? Parentage, I think so. It is percentage. The percentage I maintained is above 90. I try to maintain above 80. Above 80 is a best percentage. Above 90 is remarkable. Try to maintain above 80 only. But I can understand some people may range from 70 to 80. If your percentage is 70 to 80, then try to maintain a good resume and a good portfolio. Try to develop skills than marks at the end of the day. It never matters if you got 96 percentage, 98 percentage. It never matters when you get into a job. It only helps you to get into a job. So if your percentage lies between 70 to 80, then try to maintain your good portfolio, good resume. If you're 70, if you're 80 to 90, you are in a safe side. If you are 90, you are remarkable. And if you lie between 60 to 70, you need to do something remarkable in the third year and fourth year. I would prefer you to do some certifications like NPTEL or do internships. That would be much preferable for percentages of 60 and 70. Bro, how to improve communication skills, bro? Please tell. Communication skills, you can increase by watch movies, English movies, watch Marvel and DC. Play games. Not PUBG. Don't play like Android mobile games. Play games like high-end games, Assassin's Creed. I'm a gamer myself. I play a lot of games. Even I have a complete session of bookmarking for that. I play a lot of games here. Try to play a high-end game. If you have a good laptop and a good system, by games also you can get communication skills. You can get some of the things, some of the culture of being an English person. And the most easiest way to improve your communication skills is be an instructor. If you really want to increase your communication skills, means be an instructor, teach to someone in English. Then you can gradually increase your communication skills. And also in your brain, when you're thinking something, think in English. Don't think in Telugu. That is the best advice I can give to you. So these are the ways you can increase your communication skills. I think I have answered it and helped it in show a path for that. Communication skills you have to develop on your own, brother, because you have to talk to yourself or you have to talk to someone else in English. Some people may criticize you, even friends may criticize you when you talk to them in English, but that is India. We can't change that. But write stories or watch English movies, you teach to someone in English, and that helps you a lot. Because when you're teaching to someone in English, the other person will never ask you to, bro, what bro? You're talking Telugu, bro. They'll not tell like that, because they'll show some respect to you when you're teaching to someone. So even if you're teaching in English, they'll take it as granted. First year to fourth year. I didn't understand this, but I think that you people are ranging from first year to fourth year now in this chat. For that, I have answered that in whiteboard, right? What you have to do in first year, second year, third year, fourth year. I think it helped with that. And bro, tell me about a workshop in Satyabama. You can workshops, you can create your own workshop, or you can join in others workshop. I don't know how workshops work now, because things have changed. From I passed out from Satyabama. You can ask this Rahman ma'am or Janisha ma'am. I don't know much about workshops to tell you. But if you're talking about workshops outside Satyabama, you can join my communities. We'll update you with that. How to get internships? I think I answered that. By using LinkedIn and using my community links, you can get internships easily. Bro, do CGPA really matter? No, it doesn't matter. It only matter if you are 80% above, it is enough. If you're 80% above and if you got 96 or 81, it doesn't matter. Both are the same to get into any company. But try to keep above 80%. That is enough. Sir, please explain about Agile. Agile, as a student, you no need to learn much about Agile. Yes, it is very much needed when you joined any companies, but as a student, don't focus more on Agile. Focus more on technologies. Agile is just a methodology. It is not a technology. It is a methodology for working on projects. So, try to learn technologies. After getting into companies, there will be a brief starting period of time to for you to get used to that company and to learn more things. At that time, you learn Agile. I suggest you that, because even if you learn Agile now, after getting into companies, their methodology of Agile may be different. So again, there may be a clash. So learn technologies and Agile will come later. What are the resources, bro, to learn any course? To answer this question, the best resource is Udemy and YouTube. If you're into full stack developer, in my YouTube channel itself, this is my YouTube channel. There is a complete playlist dedicated to full stack development. There are also technological hacks I share. There is also projects I share. We recently, past month, we have created Jarvis. You can see that. For Relief, we also have memes. There is also Python course. And if you are into higher studies, we also have higher studies. We have actual call recordings from people working in companies. I actually call them, I ask them how it is in their company, and we talk to them. And that recording, I keep it in YouTube. You can you see that, and there are some of the gameplay walkthroughs I do. I stopped doing this right now. We have Android Termix about ethical hacking, and this is about augmented reality. You can see that. Best resources I found is from Udemy itself. In Udemy, you can find a number of courses. And the other important thing I want to tell you is, and in Udemy, I'm an instructor. Means I have my own courses and I teach to nearly 30,000 students every month. So if you want to teach to students along with me, and if you want to earn money by that way, this is also, you can keep it in your resume. If you want to earn money, if you want to be an instructor, if you want to teach to 30,000, have a great impact on the world, then you can join me in Udemy. These are the courses all I teach. Mostly all are about 4-star rating. This is from my friend. This one I have unpublished. See, most of the courses are above 4, but this one we try to improve it. So this course and this course, I with one of the student in Satyabama itself, he may be in your class itself. He and me, we both came together, collaborated, and we have made this course. It daily generates some kind of money, and we share that money by ourselves. So if you want to earn money, become an instructor, you can join with me, we can collaborate, and we can create courses. Sir, is it good to learn courses Udemy or etc. and other website now to learn those top technologies? Yes, it is. If you want to learn a course in less time, you can learn from Udemy. If you want to really learn a technology, go to that particular website and read the documentation. I would suggest that for that. But Udemy and YouTube are good. Portfolio is required for getting a job? Exactly not, but would be better if you have a portfolio. It does not help you much, but it is better to always have a portfolio. I have my own portfolio here. Let me show you. The link is monishvenkul.github.io. Even I will share you that for inspiration kind of thing. You can use this website to, even you can create this kind of website if you learn, if you see my GitHub. We are not getting your links. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was sharing to only one person all this time. Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't see that. Okay, I have shared now. Really, I'm so sorry. I didn't see that. Someone could have unmuted and talked to me, right? There's nothing wrong in interrupting me at this time. I'm sharing, I think one of the link I forgot to share you. Oh my God, this many chat. Somewhere, my email ID, right? I forgot to share my email ID also. Now I think everyone are getting. If still you are not getting, please let me know. The host muted. I think so. So my mail ID is this one. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. No option for unmute, bro. Oh, you don't have any option. Okay, I'm so sorry. I really don't know that I am sharing to only one person till now. I didn't see here. I missed that part. I'm so sorry, guys. Everyone, I'm so sorry. So this is my mail ID. This is my GitHub portfolio. These are the things you can connect to me. This is my YouTube channel, Quora, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Discord. This is the Telegram link. Please do not hesitate to, message me. I'll be always there for you. My part-time job itself is an instructor. You can understand how much I love students and teaching them. So you can message me. Where did I stop? Your LinkedIn profile, I have shared it right now. I'm so sorry, guys. Again, I'm telling you, I'm so sorry for that mistake. Average CGPA per every year, bro. Maintain above 8. Above 8 is enough. If 9 is, I'm telling it is remarkable. Sir, is certificate courses in Udemy or etc. It can help us with no. Any certificate you get without paying money is not that much impact on your resume. But the skill which you have acquired from that course is much more important than the certificate. Because even if you have certificate and does not know the skill, it is waste. It is complete waste. But if you have skill and if you don't have that certificate, it is 100% right. In every company will accept that. You are a self-taught. Yes, I'm a self-taught programmer and I'm a self-taught engineer. Please share the link. I shared it. I'm so sorry, bro. So, sir, how can you so gripped in coding? It takes a lot of day and night practice. No one can get good at programming in one day or 2 days. Trust me, even I thought the same thing in second year. I thought that, okay, in C I will complete 1 month. C++, I will complete another 2 months. Python, I will complete in 15 days. I thought the same thing. Now I'm thinking that how foolish I am in my past. Actually, that doesn't work at all. It takes a lot of practice because you, after learning set and map this list, you may think that, okay, I know Python. I am the Python king, but you are not. Only if you do coding every day, means anytime you get free time, you have to do coding. If you do coding like that, your hands, something muscle memory they say, right? If you gain that muscle memory, you can automatically start coding when a question comes to you. So even I have done a lot of practice in coding and all. You can see that HackerRank and LinkedIn. I have done a lot of things to get here. You can also spare at least a 1 hour or 2 hour time every day, and you can, reach greater heights in coding. But more than coding, I am telling you, behavior, attitude, and communication skill is more important than coding. When you get inside a company, only 10% you will be coding in any company. Any company you go, only 10% you will be coding. 90% of your job will be talking to your coworkers, understanding the project, showing your attitude to them. These are the things that keeps you apart from others. So be always happy and joyful. Please don't show any hate to anyone. Be kind to anyone, and you will be going many places in your life. Channel link I have shared down. That you completed all in HackerRank. Yes, those are all the certifications I have completed in HackerRank. But full stack development and all, I didn't learn from HackerRank. I learned from Udemy, YouTube. I have even read the documentation days and days. Only then I have learned it. But certifications, yes, sir. I have completed in HackerRank, Udemy, and there's something called NPTEL. I think you guys have heard it. Do NPTEL courses also. I have done IoT in NPTEL. I was the top 2% in that course. That certificate is more valuable in resume. Please share links. I have shared it. Sorry. Bro, share your email in chat box. I have shared that in chat box. Share links. I have done that. What skills do you must learn before placements? I told you, right? Again, I'll show you a small thing. In front end, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, back end, any one programming language, database, MySQL, Postgres, MongoDB, any one is enough. And for a DevOps and mobile application, DevOps is not needed for you right now. Mobile, if you are into mobile application, Kotlin, Java, Swing, those all are for something called Flutter. That is enough. And the next thing, can you share the links in chat box? I shared, and I'm again so sorry. What skills do you must? I have answered this, brother. If you, I think you questioned many times. If you really want to learn know more about it, please message me personally or join the community. We'll be posting more and more there. Share link I shared. This, I have answered it. Where are the links? I have answered it. Sorry again. Oh my God. All of you are confused still. I'm so sorry. What skill do you must learn before play? I have answered it. I have given it. Send it 1 second, bro. I have sent it, right? Okay. Yourself, sir. Okay, given. You can't see, bro. I understand. Given. Not given. Links are not given. Well, I have answered this question. Yeah, we're not given. Given. And then another thing I want to tell you is in job interviews there will be some exam, right, to get into interviews. In that interviews there will be some programming questions. To answer the programming questions, do not use Python. I'm telling you everyone right now, do not use Python for competitive coding, because Python takes a lot of time. Even if you get all the outputs, they will still consider you not a rightful developer. The best programming language you can use is C++. Mark my words, C++ is the fastest programming language out there. So you can use C++ programming language if you're good at it for using competitive programming language. Otherwise, use Java, but never use Python. Only use Python if there is no time limited in that coding question. Only use Python then. Otherwise, don't use Java or C++. Someone asked, right, what skills do you must learn before placement? For if you're thinking about placement, aptitude, C++, for competitive programming, and whichever the skill you took up in 4th year, those are enough.
Yes, Monish.
Yeah, ma'am. Yes,
thank you, Monish, for accepting an invite and giving a wonderful talk. The students will mail you if they are having doubts. You can just guide them.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Monish, and
I'm sorry, everyone, that I couldn't answer all of your questions. You're not rich. These games can also be got for free. You can ask me later. This all. I'm sorry for that. If you have any more questions, ask me personally or message me. I will try to answer you there. Thank you.
Monish, we will ask them to mail you. You can just give your answers through. You can write to them through mail. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Monish. And
thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thank you.
Actually, I like a lot to interact with students and all. Thanks for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, Monish. It's a great pleasure for us that you are here to guide our students. Okay, on the very important a topic that is required in the IT field now. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
thank you.